Aloha guys, JRTV tuning in. I want to share with you guys the University of Hawaii campus and a meditation on the dreammate. So there are people out there who do not believe in the dreammate. This is a more specific term than the soulmate or relationship or marriage or spouse or significant other or loved one. It's implied that the basis of your relationship is dreams and values, and I believe that it's only possible to love dreams and values, and from that you can extend that common ground and connection to wanting to please a person, intimacy and romance, and giving your all to somebody. It's like 100% of your giving and 100% they're giving. There's no, there's this whole idea of this underlying tension of, you hope you are enough physically and financially. That all dissipates once one enters into the world of the dreammate, abbreviated by the term DM. Now, this is somebody who it's easy to love. But remember, like I was saying, it's all about the definition of love and the science of it as well. Because if you only limit it to this concept of emotion and, oh, I felt right, the person, or it was exciting, or this whole idea of falling in love, it's really falling in lust, I have observed. And I've also noticed how it's very easy to do if you don't know the warning signs that somebody might be seductive. You might both unconsciously be seducing one another. It may be just a result of your biology and hormones. That's why I think online dating is more useful in terms of its efficiency and ability to protect you from unwanted intimacy. And so the whole theme, guys, is that it's to not seek intimacy, not seek pleasure, but rather only to seek to pleasure a person that you care about. And you can only care about a person if you care about their dreams. You can only love a person if you love their dreams. So I want you to imagine what this looks like. And part of it is you have to, by the way, look at this nice cut lava stone, very sophisticated look. You've got to imagine this for a moment. You've got to imagine somebody, like there are different little tricks that can be done throughout the day. These ideas of being able to remind yourself and encourage yourself in the direction of your dreammate. And really, the term is not as potent except with its counterpart, the non-dreammate. If you include that term in applying and identifying to other people in your life, then it'll make things easier, because the whole point of the dream mate philosophy is to wait for the dream mate, to be patient for them, and to realize that it would be better to be with nobody else intimately. That's just it's a tease. I'll just give you a list of 5 reasons not to seek out premarital intimacy. Number 1, it's a tease. It's making fun of yourself. It's making fun of your dreams, and that's number 2. Putting them on a secondary. Putting them on a secondary priority, your dreams. And number 3, the idea of not just physical but mental ailments, the physical diseases that can come, and the mental diseases that can be derived from having these connections. The idea is you want to give your soul to somebody, okay? And so if you're generating memories, okay, life is really about memories. If you're generating memories with somebody who you don't truly love, and by the way, that's where it gets interesting. That's the prostitute paradox, where people they do is they seduce people they don't care about. Because if you truly cared about somebody, then you would end up not wanting to seduce them. And like I said, sometimes this is unconscious. And here's where people get confused. The idea of the dream mate is specific. It implies specific values and interests that you have decided and determined for yourself are a must. You must have these things occur in your life. You must do these hobbies or lifestyle pursuits. And you must not do certain other things. These must and must not lists, They can be compared to one another. That's a science. But what happens is the idea of the mind will distract and mislead you, and also people will try to persuade you, and even you yourself might want to seduce somebody automatically. That's the tension between people who have sexual attraction. So there's always should be a caution in that, especially between LGBTQ community. I think obviously I am not prejudiced towards anyone, but it's more convenient for them to engage in intimacy. So be extra careful. And like I said, it doesn't really, many people are friendly and sexually appealing to one another, and so it's just not, it's that the mind will make you think, well, that's why this person is worthy of, you have to think, this is somebody who would you want to push them around in a wheelchair if they were older or sick or hurt, or would you want to support them financially? Like you really have to think of it in terms of that. All right, look at this structure. This is highly detailed, and it's got a nice tile roof, meant to last. So who is this person? And like I was saying, I already made 2 points on that. I made 2 points on, first of all, it's a tease to yourself to pursue a non-dream mate. Second of all, it's a disease where you can bring up, have memories, mental and physical memories. In fact, that might be 2 and 3, right? Physical memories, sensations, connections, but also mental memories of, just building up over whatever the course of your relationship, quote unquote, was. Yeah. So the next thing to consider would be number 4. What would number 4 be? Well, let's use the term distraction. I think intimacy is the same thing as taking a drug. And it can very well be a distraction from building up yourself, whether you want to call it your career, or just really truly knowing and identifying your dreams. And by the way, the only way it's possible to really avoid intimacy is either practice great minimalism, where you don't even have practically don't have a residence or a place to engage in intimacy. That's why I think it's a problem when schools K through 12 promote and allow, PDAs, public displays of affection, intimacy, within the confines of their grounds. That's another subject, and this idea of gender separation, but it's also relevant because, like I'm saying, number 4, intimacy is like a drug. It should be treated accordingly. You should only want to give it to somebody who you truly care about, and only let yourself be vulnerable to a person's, so to say, charms or seductions, or showing off their body in that. Only make yourself vulnerable to that at such time that you want to. So when would you want to make yourself vulnerable to charms? Well, when you're actually married and you're within the privacy of your own home, and then you can connect to and have playful and passionate exchanges in order to uplift each other. But who are you uplifting? You're uplifting your dreams. So that's number 5. The energy you need for your dreams. So number 4 was the energy you need to build up those dreams and figure that out, and that career and whatnot. But then number 5 is the actual energy you need to create those dreams, and that has to do with the action of love. See, love is not it's not really the idea of love being an emotion. It's too abstract. No, love is a sensational emotion, but how do you create it, engender it? You do things together, mutual interest. So you need that energy. And some people they get distracted, not just by other potential people they're sexually attracted to, but I was going to say potential mates, but then I realized that they're not really potential dream mates. And by the way, you have to, until you're ready, you have to say that you're not ready, you're not available, or you can say you're only available to your dream mate. And another thing I've devised is this idea of a dating profile where you direct people to it if you have any interest in them, and then say, this is who I am. And not, I hope, and that because if you don't do that, the default will be your mind will hope or wish or think you can change a person or pretend or hope that they'll like you. All that takes away from your spirit. You need to be rich in your spirit, all right? And you can do that. It's only possible, though, when you make a conscious choice that, you know, you're important. Your dreams are important. And taking that out of the abstraction into a concrete life goal, you can write down, right? You can calendar out your life. This is what I want to do. This is, you know, when I want to do it. And remember, they have to be more specific than having children. Like, that's, of course, an important thing to identify whether or not you want. Even things like how the frequency of sexual activity you want to engage in. All of that is important. You know, but the idea of dreams is it's kind of something that you choose to do and is unique to you, and you know, is specific and unique to yourself and your dream mate. And you know, this can transcend like a dream mate often might not be the person you're most sexually attracted to, because the person you find most sexually attractive, because that's kind of a fantasy and an abstract. In the real world, there are, you know, flaws and imperfection, and even the most attractive people, when scrutinized closely, they're actually not. They actually have a, you know, a balance of flaws and good and bad qualities. So I think you guys get the idea. I'm glad for you tuning in, making time for the idea of the dream mate. You know, making time for it in your life. And sometimes it's that simple. And you know, with people, you might think that, oh, no big deal, that the dream mate's not important to them. But that's just like anything. It's just that actual time itself discussing this and perpetuating the goal, and you can't do that unless you talk about it. So you might think that random discussions are not a problem, but when in fact they are. They take you away from your ability to truly have control over your life. And that's at the end of the day, that's what it is. All right? Self-control. So thanks for tuning in, guys. Aloha. Comment.